What's up everyone, Lethal Concept here, and today we got a new Starcraft co-op commander called Dehaka, or Dehaka, the Primal Pack Leader. He plays kind of like a Zerg mixed with Terran, mixed with Zagara, so something like that. There's also a new map called Malwarfare, which I'm going to be trying to show off as well. So for his masteries, we got Devour Healing versus Devour Buff. I actually go for Healing just because he's my go-to tank. That's how I play him, so I rather prefer the healing. Greater Primal Wound cooldown versus Pack Leader active duration. I feel Pack Leaders have a more stronger role and provide better utility when they summon versus the Primal Worms, so I opt to go for the duration because Primal Worms are mainly there for the detection early on, and they die pretty easily I feel like, so I could just go for Pack Leaders. For Power Set 3, Gene Mutation Chance versus Dehaka attack speed. So I actually go with Gene Mutation Chance because my Dehaka is mainly a tank, and so I just rather my units have more strength in the long run, which is why I go for that. So we're going to try and show off some Dehaka gameplay. Now there are currently, since it is a new commander, there are a lot of people playing Dehaka, so the queue times may be a bit longer. But we can go over his units real quick. So he has Zerglings that, if you didn't know what Dehaka's kind of like gimmick is, you can get two basic units to fight each other, like that's why it's called the Primal Zerg, and they'll quote-unquote morph into a more powerful unit. So Zerglings morph into Revisaurs, Roaches into Igniters or Primal Guardians, Hydralisks into Mutalisks or Impalers, Primal Hosts into Creeper Hosts, Primal Ultralisks into Tyrannosaurs, and they have a kind of cannon-like building. So you know cannons are detectors, attack both ground and air. Primal Worms are pretty much the same thing. So I won't go into all the upgrades. I'll try and get into a game and then show them off, and I will see you then. And we're in. So this is the new map that came along with Dehaka called Malwarfare. So it kind of says what it already is, versing against mainly Protoss units that have been quote-unquote infected with personalities or AI that turns them against the original creator, basically. Now what I normally like to do is literally just spam drones in my early on until I pretty much cap the cooldown, and then I'll start getting extractors after that.
This purifier facility once converted warriors' personalities into AI, but it was shut down after complications with a Tal'Darim prisoner. His AI has infected many of our systems, and I will need your assistance to purge them.
It is just as it says, so infected AI, and we just gotta help purge them. Now Dehaka spawns very quickly. He actually spawns the quickest out of all the cult commanders, and I think the reason is because he starts off weaker than the actual general commanders. So once you get all max, you get 2 points to spend. We just get 3 drones of the gas, and what I'll normally spend them on is 1 Devour and 1 Q, and then I'll normally hunt.
Enemy.
Grab 1 and then go back, get a couple more drones, get 1 into a Primal Warden, and then wait for the cooldown, spam more drones, and pretty much that's how I am going to play. So my ally, he is just looking, as you can see, his box is on top of me. I'm just gonna devour them. I'm actually not going to go for the kills, I'm just going to go devour them, and because devour gives you bonuses which help me clear out of this little base here, so I am just going, or the natural is what I should say, so I'm going to do that. I normally get up to 5 or 6 Primal Wardens if I can. I should talk about his kind of unique abilities. So he has all these 3 bosses that he can spawn, and they spawn from all these dens. And the first den you get is when you actually get the Primal Warden out, so I'm going to get the first den. It's called Glevik. Glevik is my go-to spawn if I need an area held off, because he does a lot of AoE damage, he's pretty tanky, and he spawns other Primal Zergs as well. We got Morova. He's basically, he nullifies enemy attacks with his poison, and he does a couple of AoE damage. He's okay, but if I'm going for a tank, I would actually go and choose Dehaka, which is his 3rd spawn. But he's basically a really strong Ultralisk. That's the best way to describe him. Now each den will actually be able to be built when the previous tech den is built. So here I'm actually going to show off the Primal whatever you call it, the attack each other to grow strong ability. And I'm actually going to hold position here. Oh, he's actually joining in. If he's joining in, then we don't actually need to hold position. We can just quickly go in for the kill. Because I wanted Dehaka to go in and just consume everything, but since my ally opted to join in as well, then I decided to put all my enemies, all my units to go attack. Can we consume that? Yes, nom.
Proceeding.
Our allies are in combat.
So our dens are almost... What happened to that one? I thought I built one. Must have died. Must have cancelled it by accident. Well, that's fine. And here, since we built the first den, we're going to start the cooldown for our first one, which is called Glavik. And I'm actually going to opt to build a couple more wardens, but then I'm going to move them to the lower ground so they actually spawn closer to my hero. What's it called? Primal Combat, that's what it's called. So I actually much prefer the Ravasors. It's because I choose Dehaka to tank, and then my Ravasors will actually kill a lot of the ground units with their kind of like little lob. So I actually don't really like the Hydralisks. They die pretty easily. So what I normally like to do is get the... there's no need for black hole there, my friend. But yeah, Hydralisks are pretty easy to kill. So what I normally like to do is actually get the Hydralisk, what's it called? Mutalisks, that's what it's called. Gosh, can't speak. Mutalisks, and the reason is because they actually have an upgrade which causes them to take 50% less damage while moving, which is a bit hard to do, but the big one is that they actually revive upon dying, which is really nice. So we'll just go and get some Hydralisks now.
The enemy has raised a suppression tower. Their beams will interfere with my work unless you
Where's my allies' units?
Our allies are in combat.
So here I will actually just spawn my Glavik because he's really strong. And for hero upgrades, I actually normally just get one of each and then max out on my healing aura because that's going to help your units survive a lot. As you can see, Glavik is just murdering that tower along with all these. I'm going to plant him over here. Grab all this. So here we have Mutalisks, and if we go back to our den, just as a marker here, the Mutalisks, Primal Mutalisks revive upon death on a 60-second cooldown, and I also like to get the Creeper Host, which allows them to attack air units as well. Looks like he could use a bit of help here. Now, a couple of things. Dehaka actually has the Deep Tunnel ability, which is really nice. It means he can reposition and also go up against units that are pretty like aggro heavy, so basically Zerglings if they run past you, or if you go up against multiple waves, you can pretty much fend them off yourself, which is really nice. Glavik also has that deep burrow. Morova and Dakrin, however, do not. So we're gonna get... Ooh, what drones are not here? Need more drones.
Essence flows high.
Actually gonna opt to get more Zerglings for those AoE units. And here I'm gonna start primal combating and getting all the advanced units. Well, that's not my combat units. Because I really do enjoy this mechanic, and I really do like these kind of new units, basically.
The enemy hunts us, but they shall be the hunted.
Are in combat.
The Kwan, devourer of crates.
Well, he's gonna hopefully be able to hold that off. If not, we got 2 primal worms that we can help out with. We're gonna consume that. Now this map is kind of...
If you could recover these personalities.
Yeah, as you can see, they die pretty easily, which is, you know, not that great. Don't actually have any consume. Oh, the funny thing is, he can actually consume the hybrid, which is, I think, in my opinion, a bit overpowered. But you know, that is what it is. Now we're gonna try and get up on the upgrades. Revisors. I don't actually get any of the what's that? Ultra Hydras? What was it called? The Ultralisks, because they cost a lot of minerals and gas when I could spend them on something else. I'll normally get a composition of Hydras, Primal Hosts, and was it Revisors or the Zerglings? I feel like that's the best composition. Or my preferred composition is basically what I should say. That's my preferred composition.
Detecting another suppression tower.
Oh, no. Oh, well, that's dead. So, he has a couple of really great abilities. He allows him to see cloaked units. Oh, wait, no. Oh, no, the bug activated. Oh, well. If time stop happens and your ally time stops and you try and nom something, I'm just going to call it nom, he will freeze like this and he won't be able to. It's a bug, but, you know, that's what happens. Might actually put a couple of towers here.
I have regained control of 50% of our systems.
And then move on to the next tower.
What a relief. Another personality
Get a whole
saved.
bunch of Hydralisks out.
Enemy suppression tower
After this, we get this
suppression tower down.
tower.
The tower
I am actually going to
not clever.
move
It's
all
not
my
discovered the
dens
Dehaka yet,
upwards
but we only
because
have a little time remaining.
I really want my units to spawn a bit closer. Now, all the upgrades are on the hatcheries, so basically hatcheries. So here we got hatcheries on my hatchery. Upgrades on hatcheries, basically. This map is decently hard, which is why I'm pretty trying. Also, I'm the only one defending. He's getting the bonus objective, which is why I'm kind of like half distracted, basically. So let's go over his abilities now that we're a bit free. He has a leap which does AoE damage. He has a slow which slows enemies' attack speed and movement speed. He also has a consume which I showed off earlier, a breathe attack at level 6, and he has these bonus abilities which are my preferred upgrades when he gets up to some certain levels. So he can attack air, armor, sea, cloaked and burrowed units, and allows him to heal nearby units. So I definitely prefer maxing out the heal just to keep his kind of like keep his army tanky. And here I am going to start moving out. Now we don't actually have to move out yet because the ship will go into this tunnel or basically upload AIs, I think. So this allows us a bit of time to wait for our buildings to move up and get some more upgrades. We don't want Hydralisks, but I guess we can get some Mutualisks, and we don't need any of those upgrades because I do not like Ultralisks. They cost way too much for me to be comfortable using, so I will just opt not to use that.
Transport is in motion.
Our allies are in combat.
So our allies moving ahead, so we will move ahead, and let's try and we'll park here. We'll park. Or actually, maybe not, because the transport has to go all the way here, so let's move a bit up. Maybe here.
Rests no more. I will take essence.
So here we can see I'm starting to get all of my boss units. I'm just gonna call them boss units.
Enemies come, strike swiftly.
As you can see, I'm just this team comp is my preferred team comp. I'm just nomming anything. There's a hybrid, gone, disappeared. Absolutely amazing, ridiculously overpowered. But I feel he's weak a bit early on if you go up against air. And here, as you can see, since I saved all my boss units, I can actually have them go up against all the kind of
Can you prove him wrong?
optional waves like these. He looks like he's on top of it, so I'm actually not going to spawn any over there. Gonna slow everything and deal this massive AoE damage.
Our forces have met the enemy in combat.
He can't kill them.
I will have to ask for more.
He's chasing them all the way to our base. Oh, that's hilarious. He couldn't kill them. And I definitely prefer the upgraded primal creeper host. What's it called? The creeper host, because you can get the upgrade which allows them to attack air, which is super nice. Now I think last couple of my units are going to get wiped from the Reavers here, which is fine. Oh no you don't. That should be fine. That should be fine there. Pretty sure that should be able to kill everything. So I'm actually going to leave my army here to defend. I'm actually going to opt to get more anti-air or more hydralisks basically. Now I can also bury him, or like deep tunnel him into the air. As you can see, my Marova doesn't have deep tunnels, so we'll just do that. That's going to die really fast. So is that kind of.
I recommend taking out that suppression tower.
Looks like my ally's going to go to the front, that's fine. And as you can see, I really like Hydralisks, but they're really squishy as compared. One Hydralisk is 100 HP, and one Mutalisk, sorry, is 300 HP. So you're getting pretty much double the HP on top of an extra 50%. And they also get the ability where they die. Once every 60 seconds they revive, which is really nice as well. So I much prefer that. So my composition's mainly... Excuse me, sorry. Where's mainly my little Zerglings there? Basically Mutas, Ravisseurs, and the Primal Host, whatever it's called. The Primal Host, basically. We got one more. What's it called? Creeper Host, that's what it's called. So this is my preferred composition. He looks like he's going to attack up there, so let's go join him. Now, this is pretty much maxed out, so I may move my... We don't really need to move our Primal Wardens, but we will, for the hell of it, get our upgrades again. We don't use Impalers or Roaches on Impalers. Primal Guardians are actually nice, they're decent, they come from Roaches, but they only attack ground units, so you got a lot of ground already with the Mutalisks and the Creeper Host, so I don't actually opt to get those. Let's clear out this area. Is there any hybrids? No, but we can always nom a carrier for that long range attack. And I'll get Leap and one more of that. Pretty fun. He's my favorite he's my favorite commander as of right now. He definitely is my favorite. Once you get a critical mass of mutas, you start melting things. So as you can see, gone. I think I lost all my Ravisseurs, which is unfortunate. So we'll just go mass Primal Hosts. Oh, we got one Ravisseurs. As you can see, the healing aura which I got early on just kept my units alive until this time basically, which is quite nice, which is why I opt to max out the healing aura ASAP over the QWE abilities. So I'm going to move here so that I can get... I might actually leave these as normal because these actually spawn... I feel like they spawn more. Oh, if I had my nom, I could nom. Wait, I can't! Mine! Oh, did you see that? It just disappeared. So nice. So I'm actually gonna put up 2 towers, and I'm gonna call in my third, which is basically Dacron. And if I wanted to, I could always deep tunnel my Dehaka. I think he's CC. Wow, these guys are mean. As you can see, deep tunnels super nice. Now I'm going to command my army to attack me here because I can see that there's a couple of enemies here. We're going to get one more charge off of this guy before he dies. As you can see, this is a pretty fun map. Basically what you have to do is you have to buy AIs or purchase AIs to save them. So there's 3 of them on these points here. Which one he's going to go for? He's going to go for the top one, I'll go for the bottom one. And yeah, you have to buy them. It takes a couple time, obviously. Let's get the, let's actually just deep tunnel. Alright, it's on cooldown, never mind. As you can see, super efficient with those. I don't even care that what wardens die. Don't really care. You can super efficient with that revive every 60 seconds. I really don't care if they die. We're almost done anyway, so let's just spam a couple of units here. We got Grevik, Morova, and we got the primal worm. He as you can see, spawns a couple of primal units as well, which is really great for tanking and taking out a large group by himself. GG. Pretty easy, I admit, yeah. So this is Dehaka. This is what I kind of max Dehaka would look like. Obviously, I'm not mastery level 90, but I am mastery 71, and I do have Dehaka at level 15. So really fun character. Let me just leave and show you guys again. So my primary unit composition is Zerglings into Ravissers, Hydralisks into Mutalisks, Primal Host into Creeper Host. I just feel that Ultralisks into Tyrannosaurs are just not cost efficient. They also cost a lot of gas, and because you'll cost gas to morph into Mutalisks, Hydralisks and Mutalisks are your main anti-air units, so I prefer to have a bigger composition of that over having a couple of Tyrannosaurs. You could go into Roaches into Primal Guardians. Guardians are nice as well. However, Ravisseurs and Creeper Hosts pretty much are your filler units for ground and anti-air if you don't have a critical mass of Mutalisks. Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. See ya!